Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. My name is Colson, and we have an awesome Challenger League matchup coming up for you guys. But before we get to that, I'm joined by Speed today. Speed, how we feeling?
I'm doing pretty good, Colson. Thank you for having me. We got the number 1 seed versus the number 8 seed here in the Challenger League. It should be really good. I know Motion, technically the 8 seed, technically was the 10 seed if we want to get real technical with it. But it's not the roster they had all season. They're a very very good Motion squad with Fatality, Mattias, Maximus, and Twinkie with their GM and sub being Jax. But on the other hand, you have Dissolved, who was just very, very good all season long. 1 seed, rightfully so.
Absolutely, rightfully so indeed. They started out hot, 10-0. They faltered a little bit towards the end. They lost 3 of their last 8. So they do look human. So there's hope for this Motion squad. Motion squad, like you said, that looks really good, especially in playoff form. I had the pleasure of watching their game a couple days ago, and they looked like a team to beat. They look like a solid squad. We'll have to see how it goes, though. I mean, like you said, this Dissolve team is number one for a reason, and they were actually the one that ended up on top in the Western Pacific, and Motion finished in second in that division. So, division rivals and now playoff rivals. We'll have to see which team comes out on top, but I think I'm going to have to go with Dissolved on this one. I don't have a reason not to bet against them.
Yeah, that's a very good take there. It is very hard to bet against them, but I think, honestly, if there was a team to make it out of the play-ins, to play the 1 seed and to be able to take them down, it would have been this Motion team. So I definitely think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people seem to think. I think I'm still going to take Dissolved. I just think that their power is just, it's going to be hard to beat, but I think it's going to be in 6. Maybe we'll see a game 7 here.
We are diving into game number 1. Max trying to get this one going on offense. Flicks it into the red corner where RedJr takes over. I believe we have Dissolved on the red team. We have Motion on the blue team, and Motion trying to get a quick shot on, but Mobamba able to save that one away. He takes his time, flicks it past one, but Fatality, aggressive as third man, able to pop this one and keep his team safe. Into the blue corner we go. RedJr getting it around 1, almost around 2. Mobamba looking for a double, trying to get it, but Fatality is able to get to this one first. Normally I say it's a ping pong matchup as we see a strong clear, but it seems right now that this Dissolved squad has started to get a little bit of momentum early. We're going to see if they're going to be able to hold it, or if, like we saw just there, this Motion squad is going to be able to hold them at bay.
Yeah, the pressure that Dissolved gets is unreal as the 50 and the pinch goes in the favor of Dissolved. But unfortunately, RedJr is not able to squeak that secondary shot in that top corner, as now Motion is looking to have a little bit of a counterattack as they just got saved, and this one's going to drop down. Can they get the touch? No, Mattias is not going to be able to put that one on either, and now both teams have had a couple great scoring opportunities here, Colson, and it's really starting to heat up, I feel like.
It absolutely is, and I'm surprised so far. I love the aggression that I've seen from this Motion squad, at least in these opening 2 minutes, and I think that's what they're going to have to be able to maintain. It's not a question if they're able to do it, it's that are they going to be able to match the aggression of this Dissolved squad. Right now, I think they're doing great, but if that falters at all, it could go in favor of Dissolved. But look at that, Aqua getting a great dunk as third man, getting credited for a shot, and allowing his team to get back in it. Fatality gets a great 50 into the blue corner where his teammates will be able to take over. Aqua elects to fake that one up for Matty as Matty is looking for a flip reset, gets it onto the backboard. No one's up. Fatality shot top bins. Beautiful start for Motion, and they get the first goal in this series.
A lot of people don't know about Mattias. People expect that to come out from Nervebot, Mobamba there on Dissolve, but Mattias is a very mechanical player. You could see that coming from a mile away because I've played against him and with him for a few seasons now in another league, and that reset there to set up the pass off the backboard kind of had Dissolve sitting on their back foot. They didn't know what to do, and Fatality was ready for it and puts that one home, giving Motion that early lead here in game number 1. And if you're a Motion fan, that's something you definitely want to see as they're looking to try to get their second one, but great defense racing back there from Dissolve.
a little bit over halfway through, and I don't know if Nervebot will get credit for it. He does. He gets a little glitch touch, a little ghost touch, and just like that, Dissolve tie this one up at 1 apiece.
Looking on the original play, yeah, he touches it, but on that replay there that just showed, it didn't quite look like it. But, you know, Nervebot downfield, you know, obviously Mobamba putting that one on. I'm technically going to give that goal to Mobamba, as Nerve really didn't help too much on that. I don't even think he added a mile per hour to that shot.
He might have slowed it down a little bit, but this motion squad hasn't slowed down at all so far. They've kept it pretty even throughout these first 3 minutes, and I'm surprised, but I'm happily surprised at that. Mattias misses this one off the corner. Fatality trying to keep this one going. Great double demo coming out. A little bit of a trade, and now Fatality elects to pinch this one in. It redirects off his teammate, but it goes right to Mattias. Flicked up into the air, hoping for a teammate on the back wall, and Mobamba passes this one away. But it's right to Aqua. Aqua could have had a chance, but puts it a little bit wide. Nervebot, no boost, going to have to go for it. Mattias elects to stay on. He got a reset off that ball. It looks like this Dissolved squad is dissolved out of boost. They haven't had any for the past minute or so, and an unfortunate touch like that is just what they needed to keep this one tied.
Yeah, the double touch there actually saves them. They were starving, and Aqua was actually in position to get that shooting opportunity at least. I don't know if he would have scored it, as you know, both defenses have been really, really solid, but we saw Dissolve come out. They kind of put the pedal to the metal, and then it's really kind of been all motion. Yeah, Dissolve had that one counterattack where they did tie the game back up, but they haven't had sustained pressure as this one's floating down. But no, that one is going to be saved by Fatality as we do hit the final 45 seconds, and we are tied up still at 1 apiece.
Unfortunate bounces for Dissolve, but great bounces for Motion. But Dissolved isn't discouraged, though. They're keeping up this attack as we are about to get into the last 30 seconds. Nervebot puts one a little bit wide. Whiff comes off the backboard. Mobamba tries to get to it, but gets 50'd out. This one bouncing awkwardly mid, but it gets a strong clear. Nervebot able to make the save. RedJr to take over, popping this one back to Nervebot. Nervebot trying to get a 50 and gets a great dunk, sending it into the blue half. 15 seconds left. A great demo comes out. Dissolved is in prime position for a quick counterattack to steal this game. We'll be able to see if they're able to do it, though, with 10 seconds left. RedJr wishes he had 5 more boosts in the tank, and that could have been his chance. Mobamba looking for Nervebot in the middle, but Fatality does well to get this ball down and send us to overtime.
Game 1. Overtime number 1. I do expect there to be quite a few overtimes as well. I know, like I mentioned at the beginning, a lot of people probably didn't expect Motion to be able to come out and put up a big fight, but I definitely see that. And, you know, here we are, put up a fight. They actually scored the first goal, and now they are in overtime. And this is just going to be a great series all around, and I'm definitely excited. I could see this being like a 5-6 minute overtime as well.
That would be a treat, especially in game number 1. Aqua now gets a 50. This one bounces awkwardly. Mobamba gets a great dunk on it, and Aqua does get the clear. Unfortunately, it was a weird bounce, and no one was ready for it except for Mobamba. Natty is now taking this one to the corner, has his boost stolen, tries to get over Red, but he cannot. Aqua gets a strong 50 on this one. Fatality looking for Aqua yet again, but a whiffy 50 on the ball keeps this one careening into the red half. Off the corner, a favorable bounce for this Dissolve squad. Whiff on that one, Natty is able to scoop it up. Nervebot trying to put this one on, but again, it just goes a little bit wide. I feel like if this Dissolve squad starts getting their shooting accuracy tightened up a little bit, this game and series will be a struggle for Motion. And just like that, as I say it, a whiff comes off the backboard, and Red will not miss that one, and he takes game number 1 for Dissolve.
Yeah, that's super unfortunate. I think there was a little bit of miscommunication. Mattias definitely wanted to grab the boost and come off the backboard and challenge that, but Aqua had gone up early, sitting there in net. You can't blame him. You see 2 guys on the other team coming down with the ball floating up in front of your net. You're definitely, you know, anxious to want to go and make that play, make that save. It doesn't work out for them here, even though they got the first goal. But, you know, let's take a look at it here. You know, they're even in shots. They both had 10 shots. You know, their shots are being put on target. Motion 6 saves coming out, 7 saves for Dissolved. So they're out of the 10 shots from each team, you know, 20 shots total. There was still, you know, 3 goals, 6, 7 saves. You know, that's like 80% shooting percentage on target right there. So both teams getting a lot of shots. They're getting a lot of shots on target. I definitely see this being super high scoring, super close, competitive all the way through.
I am interested to see how this Motion squad responds. They got the first goal, but then left 2-4. This Dissolve team, could Dissolve be heating up, or is Motion just getting eked out? We'll have to see what goes on. Nervebot now keeping this one close in the blue corner, gets 50'd out. A lot of pressure coming out. Double commit works out in the favor of Motion. Quick shot on target, but saved away from Nervebot. Follow up off the fourth man and saved away from Mobamba. I said it about Dissolved in game number 1, so I'll have to say it again here. Shooting accuracy needs to be on point, especially in the playoffs. And another one just goes wide. In the opening 45 seconds, we see chances for Motion. They just need to tighten those up, and I think we will have a long series.
Yeah, that's super unfortunate. That's something you don't see often. That net was wide open. Mattias just sends it off the crossbar. You know he's going to want that one back. It hasn't hurt him yet, but this ball is going to find its way in off of a 50 from Nervebot, and Dissolve scores first here in this game number 2. And if you're a Motion fan, if you're the Motion players, you got to try to have a short-term memory here. You should have had a goal. You should have at least been up 1, if not tied at this point. Now you're down a goal. You're down 1 game in the series. So they just got to clear their head. They've played them really tough and really close. So they have to just think about that and find the next play to be able to beat this Dissolve squad.
Yeah, just a little bit of awkwardness on defense as Mattias lands on this one. Offense doesn't seem to be the issue for this Motion squad just yet, but they have been getting stacked up on defense from the pressure that Dissolved has been throwing their way. Nervebot now taking this one up to the ceiling, looking for Mobamba in mid, but Fatality does a great job meeting him. RedJr jumped a little early there, but Aqua couldn't get him by it, but Mattias won't hit the crossbar this time. He puts it into the back of net and ties us up.
That's a great play there by Aqua. Kind of gets the fake, then chooses to let him hit the ball into him for the great 50 across. Mattias is there, secures that one, tying this one back up with still plenty of time to go. 3:36 left in this game number 2. And yeah, offense is definitely not, you know, they might have a mistake like we saw from both teams, but offenses on both of these teams are going to be, you know, their bread and butter.
Fatality gets a save here. RedJr trying to keep the pressure on, but Aqua gets a strong dunk on him. Fatality fakes it out. Mattias tries to shoot it, but just puts it into the red zone. Mobamba trying to clear this one back out. Fatality looking for Mattias, but Mattias can't reach that one. Aqua can, though, trying to make something happen. It goes back over to Mattias. Mattias puts this one on, but it's just a little bit too weak. This one off target from Nervebot, and Mattias scoops this one up. Pinches it down off the ceiling. Nervebot has it red. He goes back to himself. He fakes it, and Fatality had that one red the whole way. A lot of ping pong in this series so far. It seems neither team is super comfortable, doesn't know where to find space just yet. And I think that's in part due to how much pressure that each team is giving and putting on the other one. It's been impressive how they've had to get these quick touches out because they haven't had time to get the great touches. Mobamba trying to get one, but he puts it right off the post, and we stay tied at 1 thanks to the 4th man. Nervebot tries to put this one back in, but it's saved away by Mattias.
Yeah, that's a great play there. And now he's trying to get the counterattack himself. He gets the air dribble, but he's going to be met by Mobamba. But this one's going to float on target. Is that one going to be in? No, that's off the backboard. Mattias trying to keep it in. Gets 50 out yet again by Mobamba. And 2 scoring opportunities coming out from Motion, but they're not quite able to get it in. They're getting a lot of pressure, but they're starting to slowly get boost starved. This one's going to be sent out a little bit, but again, Dissolve just all over it. And like you said, both teams having to get quick touches, having to play quicker than they're necessarily wanting to. They're able to do it, but I don't think they were expecting that this game to be so fast-paced and just so back and forth like it really is.
I think this is going to come down to which team is able to hold on to the boost. It was a problem for Dissolved in game number 1, but they were able to manage to come out with the win. This one gets saved away by RedJr right over to Nervebot. Nervebot pops this one up, back to himself, looking for the redirect, but Fatality has it red. Mattias gets a beat over 1, but it's just off target. That could have been their chance to take this lead. Great dunk from Aqua. Whiff comes out. This one goes off the 4th man. Fatality puts it up mid for Mattias. Mattias puts it down, but it's off target yet again. A lot of chances for Motion. If you're a fan of this squad and want them to go the distance, things do look promising for them. It is a 7-game series, which means they will have plenty of time to tighten up on their shooting. And once they get hot, I think this Dissolve team might have a problem.
Yeah, they really might. As Dissolved looking to make something happen. Mobamba takes the pass from Nervebot. He doubles it just wide of the net, and he's able to get his shot on. And Dissolved, you mentioned it, their shooting percentage, their shooting wasn't quite as accurate or powerful, but they have locked in this game number 2, 2 beautifully placed goals in motion. Staring down at the clock, 50 seconds, now down a goal, and they're really going to want to be hungry to get one. And maybe we'll start to see them get a little riskier and, you know, put in some of these more passing plays that both teams have kind of wanted to do, but haven't necessarily wanted to because the pace of play has just been so fast. Nervebot trying to make something happen. He's going to put that one in, and that one might be the dagger here in this game number 2, Colson.
Nervebot, again, the pressure coming from this Dissolve team and from Nervebot as he gets his second is causing some stacks on defense for the Motion Squad. They're getting stuck. They're not able to leave anyone midfield to try to get that shot, try to block it, at least put a hand up. And because of that, we have a 3-1 lead for Dissolved. Nervebot not satisfied with that, though, as one goes a little bit high. Red keeping the pressure on Dissolved, Nervebot getting it by 1, and Dissolved almost had a chance. This one gets saved away on a favorable 54 motion. 10 seconds left, and unless this Motion Squad can get this one to go in, and then a kickoff goal after it, it looks like this one will belong to Dissolved, and it does. Ball is still up, though, trying to get one for the road. This ball pops out mid. Nervebot low boost. It might end up going down, and it does. Dissolved take a 2-0 lead in the series.
Yeah, Dissolved looked very, very good in game number 2 here, led by Nervebot. Kind of all over the field in this one. 2 goals, 1 assist, 100% participation, along with 3 saves coming out from Nervebot. He really wants this one. He's, arguably one of the better players in Chally. He's a drop-down rival player from last season. Just an unbelievable player. He's got mechs like crazy, and we haven't really seen too much come from him. He's kind of just been in the right place at the right time so far in this series. But if he can start cooking, start putting out some more mechs, this Dissolves team can get very, very scary and can get, really take this series away from Motion quickly.
To be fair to Motion, though, they have been playing it close. But again, like I've said, they just got to tighten up on their shots a little bit. Right now, I'm looking at Aqua to step up. He's been on the bottom of the leaderboard in these past 2 games for this Motion Squad. And when I saw their success a couple days ago, it was largely in part due to him popping off. So if this Motion Squad can figure out how to get Aqua involved in the offense, then I think this Motion Squad will step it up to the next level. But until then, they're going to have to rely on Mattias and Fatality to do the work. Good cut here from Aqua, but Mobamba's up to it, putting it off the corner, but Fatality has it red. Double commit coming out from Dissolve. This could be big, but it unfortunately is not because Nervebot was their 3rd man, looking for a teammate mid, but elects to take the 50 instead. Mobamba stays on this one. Red gets beat up by Fatality. This one could be awkward. Another double commit, but Nervebot gets bumped into the air, looking for a double, trying to heat up, but Aqua able to touch this one down to the ground on the block. Again, we're seeing a little bit of miscommunication come out from this Motion Squad. They just need to talk to each other a little bit more, clarify who's going for what ball, and I think they can get right back into this series.
Yeah, they definitely can. They've also struggled with the boost. Is this one going to find its way in? It does, with the help from not only the post, but the Dissolve defender, who was that Nervebot, racing back, trying to make a touch as that one looked on, and he's going to actually send that one in, and he's going to give Motion the lead. But we've seen this script before. Motion cannot get too comfortable with having a 1-goal lead. They've had a 1-goal lead before, and they did let Motion come back into that game, and they ended up taking it in overtime in game number 1. So they're definitely going to want to be hungry. They want to strike again here, and they really want to give themselves that 2-goal lead. And then they can try to start getting a little comfortable and just really working on things here and figuring out how they can continue to just beat down on this Dissolve team.
Yep, this Motion Squad has only scored 1 goal in each of their games. As a shot goes wide, that could have been a chance for Dissolve to tie up this scoreboard. Mobamba puts one on target, but it's just a little bit high. Nervebot elects to wait as Matt takes this into the air. Gets it by one. Going for the boost. He gets it. Will he stay on? He does. Looking for a teammate mid, but Nervebot able to pop this one just to make it awkward enough to prevent the shot. RedJr now trying to get this one going. It's 2v1, but unfortunately for Dissolved, it is saved away. Aqua's doing well on defense, and he's trying to get a quick counterattack. He puts this one top right, but it's saved away by Mobamba. Nervebot, a lot of time on this one, popping it around one. Red trying to put it on. He puts it top left, but another save coming out from Aqua. This guy has been a brick wall so far. He just needs to unlock that potential on offense, and this motion squad could get going, but not if RedJr anticipates playing his own version of a brick wall for the red side.
Yeah, beautiful play coming out from Aqua. Great defensively. He had the one scoring opportunity, but like you said, RedJr has denied that one. But Aqua, yes, definitely holding it together for motion right now defensively. He's looking really solid. Can he get the touch here? He doesn't get the touch, but is that one going to go on? No. Fatality's going to take his time, corral this one, play it low, play it slow, as he had no boost. Nervebot trying to make something else happen there for Dissolve, but again, going to be sent away by Mattias, who doesn't have a lot of boost, but it's going to work out for them here as Motion is trying to find their multi-goal game here, and they're going to need it. I just have a feeling this Dissolve teams, they're not going to stop. They're going to keep pounding the ball on this Motion's defense, and they will end up finding one, but if Motion wants to win, they're going to need to find a second one.
I think they will need to do that as well. Again, they haven't scored more than one, and Dissolved has taken each game, meaning that they have scored more than one in both games played, and it's large in part to due to plays like this. Are you kidding me? Selfless play coming out from, I think it was Nervebot, going for the air dribble bump, allowing RedJr to just dribble this one into the back of the net, tying us up, and Dissolved are poised for another late game comeback.
Yeah, that's a great play there by Nervebot. It almost looked like he wanted to go up for that ball initially, but RedJr was able to follow it up. So you kind of saw him at the last minute change his trajectory, boost down to be able to get that defender there. And that's just a great heads-up play, though, Nervebot. Making sure he does what's needed to get a goal there. That's not necessarily assist in the stat panel, but that's an assist in my book as a caster.
This one, pressure from Motion yet again, but we've seen this Dissolve team handle it so well in the first two games, and I'm not inclined to believe that they can't handle it. But as I speak, this one gets put on net, and RedJr saves it away from Nervebot's almost second own goal. Mobamba tries to get a 50, but it does shoot out a little bit further than Motion would have liked. This one floating back in nicely, though. Fatality puts it on. It goes bar down and out, and saved away by RedJr yet again. Aqua trying to get involved in offense, forces this for his teammates. They pinch it to him, but Nervebot, ever patient, gets it over one. Looking for another bump, but a great demo dodge coming out from Fatality, keeping us tied at one and going into the last 30 seconds of game time.
That was a beautiful save there coming out by Fatality. And then on the other end, Aqua trying to get a little saucy. And Mobamba with the big clear sees that Aqua just spawned. He went to go get the corner boost that wasn't there yet. And he pushed up just a little too far and not enough boost to be able to get back to that one as Dissolved yet again up 2-1 with a 1-goal lead late.
25 seconds remaining. Motion need one to tie it up and send us to overtime. Dissolve trying to get one more of their own. Another dagger into the hearts of this Motion team. Will this number one squad be too much to handle? It looks like it, but a great touch to the wall from Aqua. Aqua trying to do it himself, but gets demoed out for it. This one floating back to net, and Dissolve take game number 3.
Dissolved is just, they're firing on all cylinders. Yeah, they're all 1-goal games, which, you know, if you're Motion, it stings a little bit, but you can't be discouraged. Like, this is their number one team for a reason. They finished the season, I believe it was 15-3, if I'm not mistaken. So they only lost 3 matches all season long, and they've been a team for the whole season. They didn't change their roster at all. So they've had a whole season of chemistry, as long with just being so dominant. So if you're motion, you can't really be too discouraged. I'm surprised they're not taking their time out here. Um, yes, they've been close games, but you are now down 3-0 in the series. So I would have at least expected an extra minute, try to talk things over. But as far as I know, they still haven't called for one yet.
If you lose game number 4, you have a off-season long timeout. So I think I have to agree with you. You should have taken your timeout here, but I guess they feel they're playing them close enough. There's not much that needs to be said. They just need to hit on their shots. Aqua looked a lot better. He was getting involved in the offense. He had 5 shots to his name, but unfortunately, he didn't have a goal. And because of that, I think that one will end up for Dissolved. Aqua getting involved yet again. They're trying to get this guy heated up, but unfortunately the defense from Dissolved stands tall. Hello. RedJr trying to get this one going. Aqua pops his mid, looking for Mattias. Mattias now gets a flick, getting it over one, putting pressure back onto the red half. Fatality getting it around. RedJr fakes it out, bumps his teammate, but Mobamba able to power through and get the strong clear. Nervebot now taking it up to the sidewall, trying to follow it, does get the follow, but Aqua again with the save. They're able to get past 2 pretty consistently, but this last man in Aqua is consistently able to save and save again. We're just going to have to see if that is enough, and it's given his teammate enough time to get involved on offense as this one goes off both posts and keeps us tied.
Yeah, beautiful scoring opportunity there from motion. As the fake comes out from Nervebot, does he have enough boost to get around it? No, he doesn't initially. He is looking to pass this one middle, but that one's going to be 50'd out by Mattias, and a little bit of a cluster there in the corner, but Mattias walks away with it. Plenty of boost, gets the nice flick. Mobamba with a beautiful save. And this motion squad, they're trying so hard, but no matter what they do right now, they're just not able to find the back of the net. They've had great opportunities. The post hasn't been their friend in this one.
I imagine some frustration is brewing on the side of motion. They've scored 1 in the past 3, compared it to the 8 coming out of Dissolve. 3-8 is the scoreline in the series. 3-0 in favor of Dissolved, and that could have been the chance to put another one on the board early. Mattias gets a touch on this one. Now he's just stuck floating in the air. Nervebot electing to go around him, taking his time on it, is able to get by one. Aqua looking for a psycho attempt. A Goomba stomp coming out on defense, but Mattias is able to come back and make the save. This one is looking like Dissolved might come away with it. They're getting a lot of pressure, but neither team has been super threatening so far in game number 4.
A couple opportunities, a little bit of help from the post, but it's really just been, kind of chaotic. A lot of overcommitting, a lot of teams both knowing what's on the line. Obviously Dissolved sitting in the driver's seat at 3-0 in this series, but they know they can't let this motion team heat up, because if they do, it's going to be really tricky. All the games have been really, really close, and motion, obviously, they need it and they want it so bad that you can see the little bit of yips that they're getting, which is just creating things to be a little awkward. The 50 comes out though from Aqua. That was going on target, and Fatality is going to secure this one, as again, they are going to score first. This is their 3rd time now scoring first in a game, but they let Dissolved climb back in. Now, they did score first a little later in this game than they had before, so is there enough time for Dissolved to now battle back and secure a win, or is Motion finally going to hold on to a lead and secure their first win in the series?
This one gets pinched back out, and Nervebot's the one you want to be scared of, but a great clear to the sidewall coming out from Fatality. Fatality with a quick shot on, cancels his flip, but RedJr does the same to make the save. Aqua getting this around a teammate, and it gets 50'd in by who else but Nervebot. Nervebot has had a dominant series so far and continues to do so.
Yeah, a little bit of an overcommit there as Aqua was racing back, kind of stuck to that wall, stuck with the ball. Mattias trying to make a play on it and gets by both of them. A great effort there to try to make the save at the end was Mattias, but Nervebot just too powerful, is going to slot that one in. And again, motion let Dissolved back into this game, but is this going to be where they turn the tides and they get their second goal? As Nervebot trying to get the double, doesn't get it. RedJr also trying to win the follow-up. He's unable to succeed on that one, as Motion's finally going to get this one cleared out of their defensive end.
Mobamba trying to put pressure back on immediately. Aqua does get a touch over to the sidewall. Mobamba gets the blue boost. Aqua's going to need to get a strong clear here, but does not. This could be dangerous for this squad. Fortunately for them, it pops down mid, and Fatality's able to get the clear. Fatality looking for a teammate in Aqua. He gets picked up by 2 players. Dissolve was ready for that 1-2 shot. Now Nervebot's up for it, getting it around one, following on this one, calling off Mobamba, putting it into the blue corner. Aqua with another great clear, getting and keeping this ball out of harm's way. RedJr now trying to get it going. Great pass mid, but Mobamba has a great save on that one as well. Nervebot getting it around one. Nadius trying to take this one over and around and successfully does. I don't know what's going on, but right now it looks like Motion is just trying to survive these last 30 seconds and trying to get into overtime. I'd like to see them be a little bit more aggressive on their attack, but I know that's hard when you're going against players like this.
Yeah, it is really hard, but they're going to have a great counter opportunity here. Matty's with a big clear, unable to really follow it, but he does get the 50. That one's going to hit ceiling. That one's going to fall down. Can Aqua get the read? No, that one's going to be sent away by Red, but they still have the pressure here. Dissolved is low boost, but so is Motion, and they're going to give space for Nervebot to flick this one away. Can he catch it? He's got plenty of boost in the tank. Can he make something happen? He sends that one off the backboard. Awkward sends that middle. That one's still floating. Nervebot trying to keep it up, but no, that one is going to drop, and we are going to see a second overtime of the series, and hopefully, if you're a Motion fan, they can finally secure a dub, but this Solve team is just trying and looking so good as they have boost. Red passing this one across to Mobamba. Mobamba's looking for a pass middle. Nervebot is there. Can he get the touch? He does, but that one's going to ring off the post, and Motion season has stayed alive. Thank you to the post.
4th man coming in clutch for this Motion squad. Nervebot gets a bump on Red. That's an awkward read, but who else but Mattias to read it? Mobamba with a quick shot on, and Aqua with yet another save. This team's defense has looked good. We just need to see it translate into offense in this crucial game for overtime. Season on the line. They need to get a second goal. Second goal in the series for this team, but this defense of Dissolve looks calm and composed. Mobamba taking it to the corner, looking to pop this down for a teammate, but no one is there for the read. RedJr low boost, elects to leave it for Nervebot. Nervebot now gets 50'd out by Mattias. He's looking for a cuxer. He gets the cuxer, but Aqua is going to be back and booming this one into the red half. Nervebot passes it right over to Aqua. This is the chance, but a great defensive stand coming out from Mobamba. I believe that was his 4th of the game. He has been the brick wall for this Dissolve squad in game number 4.
Yeah, he really has. This Nervebot trying to get mechanical. Doesn't quite get the touch he's wanting. Mattias is there in the corner, but Red's going to 50 this one out. He's going to chase one this down. He is pre-jumped up, but that's going to be cleared by Fatality. Oh, no. There's a Rule 1 in the corner. It's going to be all deciding factor in this Game 4 for Motion's life. Oh, no, it's broken. I don't know what happened, but Mattias keeping this one alive. He's got a little bit of boost in the tank. He does get the flip. Can he continue it over? No. Mobamba does send that one downfield as now Aqua is 3rd man, having to race back here as Dissolves on this counterattack. And things are just getting super spicy. We've had a Rule 1. We've had a Rule 1 broken. Both teams fighting and shooting counterattacks left and right here, Colson.
I don't want to cast or curse them, but the saying goes that if you break a Rule 1, you should lose this game. That is all the momentum this Motion squad should need. It should fire them up a little bit, get the boys going. A solid 50 goes in favor of Motion. This one goes off the sidewall. Is anyone up? 2 players from Dissolved are. Aqua pops this one back, looking for Mattias, but Fatality is able to get the 50 on the attacking player. Maximus now trying to get this one going, gets this one off the post. Unfortunately, not able to bank it off. Another Dissolved player on this one. Mattias keeping it in, looking for Aqua. Aqua popping this one up back to Mattias, but it is cleared away by Mobamba. We're almost 3 minutes in, another long overtime in this series, and I am antsy to see which team comes out on top.
Yeah, both teams kind of doubling as a great opportunity comes here for Mattias. Not a lot of boost, though. He does get the flick. That one's on target, but Nervebot got his way back, but he misses. Nervebot full tank of boost, and he's trying to get too cute with it. Just can't even get a touch, and Motion has stayed alive. They win game 4. Their series is now 3-1, and if you are Motion, you have to thank the Lucky Stars. The post, the 4th man helped you out a lot. It also hurt you, but in a way, Your season is still alive, and now you just got to do it again. They found their second goal of a game for the first time in this series. They should feel confident that they did just take a game off of this number one squad, and you just got to take it a game at a time.
That and this could be the storyline of the season. Dissolved up 3-0 in game 4 overtime. They break a rule 1, and then Motion could get back into it and potentially reverse sweep them. It started, and it's only one game at a time from here. Only focus on the game in front of you. I think that would be a beautiful storyline. The Rocket League gods would shine down on you that day, but you gotta stay focused. You only get the blessing once in Rocket League. The Rule 1 breaking only applies to this game. Now you really have to lock in. You've been given a saving grace, and now the rest is up to you. I like what I've seen from this Motion squad. They've played this Dissolved squad really close, but Dissolved up until game 4 had just edged them out every single time. Maybe that Rule 1 breaking was the momentum shifter as we dive into game number 5.
Yeah, it might have been, and who knows? Maybe because it's a playoff match, breaking a Rule 1, maybe there's a bit more of a consequence than just that singular game that it happens. We'll see as Mattias gets the 50 into the corner. Can he get another one? No, but Fatality is there. He's going to throw this one on. A bump tried to come out from Mattias, but that one's going to not land, as now Dissolved is looking to get a counterattack of their own. But this Motion team, you can see it in their eyes, so to speak. They really want this one. They're playing quick, they're playing fast, they're not really letting Dissolve get too deep into their defensive third so far, but the shooting opportunity comes off. Mobamba's going to miss that one in a counterattack now coming out from Motion. Can they get something to fall? The pass across to Aqua, not there. Fatality, not the greatest shot, not a lot of power, but it's enough, and Motion has scored yet again, and they're taking an early lead here.
Aqua, I think, may have got a bump onto Nervebot. It actually looks like Nervebot just fell off the ceiling. Things are not going in Dissolve's way, but they've been in this position time and time again. 4 out of the 5 games, it's been Motion that have scored first early, and in 3 out of those 4 games, it's been in favor of Dissolve. Dissolve are very familiar with this position, but you can see the aggression in the headlights of this Motion squad. Motion clearly not happy with Rule 1 being broken, and they are leaving everything on this field, and I would be angry too. That is one of the rules, the sacred rules of this beautiful game that you should not break, and I personally now, I'll keep it unbiased on the broadcast, but I'm really hoping that Motion take this game number 5.
Yeah, that's a scoring opportunity there. Fatality trying to get too cute, trying to make something happen. Aqua was bearing down. Probably should have left that one for Aqua, but it doesn't hurt him yet. Aqua's taking his time, trying to get the 50. Does get the good 50 there, but Mobamba and Dissolved is still there, and this ball's kind of just stuck in the corner. Can't let Motion overcommit here, as they are going to get a little bit of a clear. Mattias with the good 50. Nervebot unable to get that one. Fatality, though, enough boost. Can he get the touch middle? No, he can't, as RedJr is now going to send this one downfield. He's got Mobamba with him. Mattias is back. Full boost, though. Can they make something happen? And a great save coming out from Mattias to keep their 1-goal lead in this pivotal game number 5.
I am interested to see how this Dissolved squad responds to this new and improved aggressive version of Motion. So far, we haven't seen them this aggressive. We haven't seen many demos, and they're getting great saves. Their defense is clearly warmed up after the first 4 games, and now their offense looks poised to do the same. Matty is taking his time over to the wall, popping it back up to himself. Gets a reset, trying to make something happen with it. Gets it over 2, but a great save by who else but Red. Red saving this one, keeping it a 1-goal score. Now we're going to have to see if it goes in favor of Dissolved late like it had in 3 of our other games. Great pass from Maximus to Fatality. Aqua up as last. He gets beat out by Nervebot. Who's going to get there first? Mattias fakes it out. It made the whole Dissolved squad a little bit awkward. Mattias fakes out again. Nerve starting to show for this Motion squad, as Nervebot pops it up to the corner to himself, gets a reset, doesn't get the follow, looking for a bump yet again. Matty is able to get a strong clear. Bumps no longer working on that play for this Dissolved squad.
No, as we see all the tricks coming out, we see flip resets coming out, we see dribble air bumps, we see everything trying to be had by both of these teams, and really, it's Dissolve trying to get really cute, trying to make something happen because Motion has their numbers in the last game and this one as the flip reset yet again coming out from Nervebot, but it's not working. We're going to need to see some passing plays come through as this Motion's defense has locked in. They're feeling good. They can smell the blood in the water. They are getting help left and right from this post as well, and now we are approaching the final minute. Can they hold on, and can they secure their second win of this series as Nervebot's going to send that one on, and Fatality is going to send that one away yet again.
Maximus now trying to bring this one, keep it controlled, keep it calm, keep the pace low. I haven't seen as much aggression come out from this Motion squad. To me, it looks like Nervebot is trying to brute force it with his mechanics to keep them quiet, but I don't know if Maximus will let that happen. Maximus to Fatality, and Fatality gets his second of the game, and both times that this team has had 2 goals, or the only time I should say, they came out on top, and now they've got their second. They're poised to take this game number 5.
Up 2-0 on this Dissolve squad with 51 seconds left. They got to be feeling good. They got to play smart. They've been playing really smart and really safe the last 3 minutes since they scored their first goal. Is it going to be enough? Can they continue to just do the little things and keep Dissolve from finding the back of the net here late, as that one's not a great start by Fatality. It's going to give Nervebot plenty of time. He does take this up the wall. He's looking for a pass middle, but Mobamba wasn't quite in the right spot, as this one's going to be cleared away now as we hit the final 20 seconds here in this game number 5.
Maximus looking for someone mid. Now it's Nervebot who received it though, and he gets a beautiful air dribble across 3/4 of the pitch over the last back defender and brings us within 1. I've seen crazier things. In less than 14 seconds, a kickoff goal or a quick play could tie us up. We're going to have to wait and see if that happens, but we have to wait no longer. Kickoff goes over to Nervebot. Fatality gets a 50, but it's an awkward pinch favoring this Dissolve squad. This one floats across in front of the net. Fake comes out from Red. Mobamba trying to keep it in. Aqua trying to get it out. It gets kept up in the air. Dissolve has to keep it up if they want to take this series in 5. RedJr air dribbling it over to Nervebot. Nervebot trying to keep it up and does. Trying to get this down is Maximus, and he does. Now the score line in this series is 3-2 in favor of Dissolved, but Motion has won the last 2. I'm excited to see what's left.
Yeah, this is starting to really turn into the series that I thought it was going to. I was a little worried when I said Motion was going to, bring it to at least a game 6, but here we are. We are, excuse me. Yeah, right? 3-2. Yeah, this is game 6. Yeah, I'm losing my mind a little bit. It's all right. This series has been really intense. But yeah, Motion is gonna bring it to a game 6. I would love to see them bring it to a game 7 here. They have all the momentum in the world. I was a little worried there at the end with, after that air dribble play by Nervebot, and then he had a great passing opportunity middle, keeping the ball alive. This Dissolve squad, they're all very, very mechanical, so that's something that they could easily handle, is keeping that ball alive for as long as possible. But Maddie is doing a great job and is going to kill it at the end, like you said. And we're here. We're at Forbidden Temple. We're going to game number 6. Will we see a game number 7?
One thing in favor of this Dissolve squad is that they had over double the amount of shots that Motion did. Motion came out hot, they got their goals, but then they kind of went quiet. And Dissolve normally responds well to that when they're given space and time in the air. Maximus with a ceiling pitch looking for the Zen shot, but misses out on it. Off the ceiling. Aqua keeping it in, trying to follow on it, just pops it across midfield, trying to keep the pressure on, buying his teammates some time to grab some boost. Nadius is up for this one early, pops it back down to himself. He's awkward, no boost, tries to follow on it, but can't. Fatality popping this one up mid for Aqua. 2 players go from Dissolve, shutting that play down in its tracks, but Maximus trying to get another one started. This one gets popped over. Aqua will be the first one to this ball, pops it up to himself, but a little bit too far away. Nervebot there to intercept. Fatality to intercept his. Nervebot now up in the air, trying to get a stylish with it, but Maximus shuts that one down. And almost closing the opening minute of this game, and we are deadlocked yet again. Each squad trying to fight tooth and nail to get into this game number 6.
Yeah, as we see Motion really coming out strong, but Mobamba is going to start the scoring here in game number 6 for Dissolved. They said, all right, we see you. Nervebot doing everything he can. He's getting down and dirty, looking for bumps, looking for dembos. Really cleared that path there for Mobamba, and a beautiful top left shot coming out as just after the first minute of gameplay, and Dissolved is going to take the lead here.
The nerves, I think, have dissolved from this Dissolved squad. They look a little bit more poised. They're ready on their counterattacks, and Mobamba places that one beautifully. But this one could be awkward. Players caught out on defense from Dissolved, and Aqua getting involved. This is the guy who I said you needed to watch out for. If you are Dissolved, you need to be worried about him heating up in this series.
Yeah, that's a beautiful shot there by Aqua, realizing no one was back. No one had the boost to get back to it. That was a beautiful pass there by Mobamba, but Nervebot had no boost. He didn't turn. He wasn't ready for the pass. And RedJr wasn't necessarily ready for Mobamba to turn there with 0 boost on the wall to try to make that pass, and he was kind of sitting under him. So I love the attempt. The vision was there, just his teammates weren't ready for it, as RedJr is going to send this one away. I think he's the one who technically got the save there, as I didn't see his save come registering through, as now Nervebot trying to make something happen. Can he make it? He does get the turn here, but this one is going to be cleared and relieved of that pressure here. But RedJr's up. He gets a touch, not the greatest touch that he was looking for. And again, motion is just all over it here in this game. Their defense in the last 2 games of this series has just been phenomenal, really shutting down this Dissolved team that had their number in the first 3 games.
Fatality now taking this one, pitching it off the ceiling, looking for Mattias, but who else but Nervebot to get to that ball quickly. He gets this one quickly again, looking for a teammate at Mobamba. One off the ceiling is Aqua. Mobamba sends that one wide. Not as beautiful as his first shot and goal of this game, but we move on. This game is tied 1-1, 2:30 in. Nerves clearly showing on both of these teams as a player whips. Shot comes out from Mobamba. It goes bar down and floats ever so slowly. Mobamba gets that missed opportunity back and gets his second goal of the game.
The bounce shot, it's super overrated. It works from Mobamba there, as I thought Motion was going to be able to get back to that one and save it, was that ball was mere centimeters from going in. But no, that ball finally does go all the way in, as Dissolved is looking to end Motion's run here in game number 6. They don't want to go to game number 7, as they do have the 1-goal lead now, and we are officially over at the halfway point here in this game, as Nervebot looking to make something happen, doesn't quite get the touch, and this one's just going to get popped up now.
Left for a teammate. It looked like all 3 players from Dissolved went. This could be Motion's counterattack, but a great clear from Nervebot keeps it away. In the last game, we saw a lot of aggression coming out of Motion, and that led to their success. And in this game, we're seeing a lot of aggression in response from Dissolved. Motion have not been able to respond super well to it so far. So far, only kept their 1 goal, their status quo. They have to break that if they want to have a chance to send this one to overtime or take the win and send us to game 7. Mobamba to Nervebot gets red. Aqua with a quick shot, looking for Fatality. Fatality back to Aqua. Who's going to take it? Fatality takes this one away from Mattias, who had the better shot on that ball. Mobamba to Nervebot. Nervebot looking for a double. Aqua can't read it. Nervebot can't read it. Mobamba had a shot, but Fatality read that one. Fatality now staying on it, trying to get some bumps, trying to interfere. He does get one. Mattias with a shot, pops up in the air awkwardly. Aqua going for it, but Nervebot beats him out with a full tank of boost and gets it by Mattias. Fatality does what he can to hold it in midfield, but midfield presence is the name of this game right now. As Aqua goes up, pops this one off the backboard. Nervebot's going to have to read it and does, popping it to Mattias. Mattias sends it up. Aqua off the backboard, looking for a double, but doesn't get it. This Motion squad needs a goal if they want to send us to overtime and stay in this, as well as keep their playoff dreams alive.
Yeah, it's a beautiful touch comes out there from Nervebot, passing it back to his teammate. This one's going to go on. Aqua doesn't have a lot of boost, and it's going to be followed up by Red, and Red is going to... Oh, Mobamba, actually, sorry. Nope, that was Nervebot. I don't know. Pass from Red, shot from Nervebot. He's going to lock that one up as final 27 seconds left. If you're Motion, you need a kickoff goal here. No tricky kickoff play comes into play on this one as we hit the final 20 seconds.
This one pops down, but Nervebot again fastest to the ball. This one floats awkwardly, but again, Nervebot's the one to make the save. You can see these motion players are scrambling. No boost, still going for the ball. Natty sends this one to the corner. He goes awkwardly off the post of his own goal. This one gets cleared away, but there's just not enough time. This game and this series will go in favor of Dissolved. The number 1 team will move on, but someone's looking for a goal to go. GG's come out in the chat, but the ball is still up. It doesn't hit the corner, and Dissolved officially take the win over Motion and move on in the playoffs.
Beautiful series. I love the series. I love the aggression coming out from both teams. If you're taking a look at this, and you watch this gameplay, I feel like you would think this was more of a 4-5 matchup. Yeah, the way it started, Dissolved went up three games, but those 3 games, Dissolved only won by 1 goal apiece. Motion kept it close the entire time. So if you're Motion, you're going to Cancun, but you can't be upset with yourselves. You played the number 1 team very, very well. Unfortunately, Dissolve still was the better team at the end of this one. They're going to move on to the semifinals. They do have a date with Venom. Venom won earlier this week, so we'll see the 1-4 matchup in the semifinals on that top side of the bracket. But, hats off to these guys. Very well seasoned, and, unfortunately, they had to run and Dissolve now.
Yeah, it was a close series, I have to agree, but unfortunately for Motion, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. And while it was a close series, Dissolved looked better just at the little things. I wish that Motion had kept their pressure on like they did in the 2 games they won, games 4 and 5, because that's where I think they looked the strongest. But once that communication broke down again, we saw double commits and stacking on defense. Dissolved took full advantage of that again, like they did in games 1 through 3. A phenomenal series regardless. Congratulations to Motion on the great season. Congratulations on Dissolved for keeping their season going. Don't go anywhere. We have another matchup coming up right after this in the Novice League. We will be right back with a matchup between Frost and Crows. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.